Howdy, Facebook land. How are you? Can you believe we're already post Labor Day? Isn't that crazy? Anyways, it's 12:30, and that means that you and I have an appointment. It's time to discuss it with Drake, and that, of course, would be me. And welcome to episode number 65. 65. Oof, can't believe it. Anyways, the quick topic for today is actually going to be what are the differences between a mortgage pre-qualification, pre-qual, or pre-approval. Some people don't realize there's a difference. There's a major difference. So, as again, before we get started, if you ever want to make sure that you don't miss one of these, or if you want to find out where you can go to watch the latest one, just go over to YouTube, type in Drake's Real Estate TV, click subscribe, and you'll be all set. All right, so let's get started. Oh, please make sure you say hello down below so I know that you've been here, because sometimes I don't see all the notifications that people come in, but I see my friend Nadia. Anyway, so when you're considering buying a home, there are actually two terms, well, there's a lot of terms, but there's actually two terms that you're actually going to hear, both of which are related to getting your mortgage loan. So there's the pre-qualification and then there's their pre-approval. Okay, so sometimes people use these terms interchangeably, but they're very, very different from one another. Okay, so understanding these terms is actually critical because they're going to help you know what you can actually afford when you're buying a home. And they're also going to demonstrate how serious you are as a buyer to the potential seller. So both are similar in that there are steps along the way to get a mortgage. But if you have a pre-approval, you don't necessarily need a pre-qualification. So what is a pre-qualification or a pre-qual? So a mortgage pre-qualification means that you provide a lender with some general financial information, and the goal is to help provide you an estimate of how much you can actually afford when buying a home. The information you provide for pre-qualification is usually stuff like, it's self-reported. So most of the time, it doesn't include a verification of your credit report, and you can actually get a pre-qualification without dinging your credit report with what's called a hard pull. So when you're pre-qualified, you receive a letter that will show you that you can afford to buy. You can show it to your agent and to sellers, and it may be helpful in the process, but it's not as much as their pre-approval. So here's an example of a pre-qual. So you come to one of my open houses, and you don't have a lender yet, and you haven't gone through that process yet. So I call one of my lenders, and I said, hey, I have a prospective client here. They are interested in purchasing this house. They would like to get pre-qualified. I hand the phone over to you. You have a brief conversation. You tell them how much you make, what your debt is, blah, 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 blah. Okay? He hands the phone back to me. Well, they're pre-qualified for $750. Fantastic. That's a pre-qual. Okay? To be honest, a pre-qual in today's market isn't even gonna get you in the game. It's not worth the proverbial paper that it's printed on, okay? Nothing has been verified. So if your lender is just giving you a pre-qual, or if your agent says, oh, pre-qual is enough, you need to call me ASAP. So let's talk about a pre-approval. A pre-approval carries a lot more weight in the buying process. And when you're pre-approved, you've actually submitted your financial history, and the lender has actually verified the information that you provide by checking your credit report, your employment, your income, your assets, your debts, okay, your debt to income ratio. For a pre-approval, you'll actually have to submit information like your total monthly expenses, your W-2s, your pay stubs, and if you already own a property, obviously your mortgage payment, because that's an expense, right? So when you submit all the necessary documents, you're going to receive a pre-approval letter, and this letter will outline the amount that you're approved for and the type of loan that and all the terms and all that kind of stuff. So a pre-approval actually serves as an offer letter by the lender to you, and there's usually an expiration of the offer. For example, you might have 90 days based on what you submitted to buy a home for a pre-approval. If it takes longer, it's usually fairly easy to update your file and continue the process. Usually maybe an updated bank statement or an updated pay stub, and then you're usually done. So how do you get a mortgage pre-approval? Well, the following steps are actually what you need to get a pre-approval. You make sure you have your own credit score. And of course, the higher your score, not only more likely that you'll get approved, but the better the terms that you're likely going to be offered, which is kind of funny. So like the better your credit is, the less you need to get a loan. And that's my assistant, Savannah. Hey! She likes to talk about credit scores. Anyways, when you check your credit score, go to the report. Hey, I'm talking. Oh, well. So when you check your credit report, make sure that you go over your report and make sure that there aren't any errors that need to be addressed, okay? You also want to calculate your debt-to-income ratio to buy a home. You should aim to have about a 36% or less. And your debt-to-income ratio is a ratio of your gross monthly income that goes toward paying your debt, okay? So you're going to be gathering all these documents you're likely to need to submit, like your tax forms, employment details, banking and account information. And if you're self-employed, just anticipate of showing at least 2 years of income tax returns. I know it sounds like a lot of work, and that's why you don't want to do it yourself. You want to contact me so I can put you in the great hands of some of the people that I work with. So if you're applying for a pre-approval, make sure that you give me a call. I've got some of the best lenders in the industry with decades of experience. Super, super nice, super high level of customer service, or else they wouldn't be on my team. So whom you work with here truly, truly matters. I kid you not. That's really all the information I have for you today, folks. Hope you found the information useful. Please don't keep me a secret. Share this with everyone you know. And like always, if there's a topic that you'd like me to cover in the near future, just let me know and I'll get it on the calendar, all right? I hope you have a fantastic week. Remember, it's after Labor Day, so no more wearing white, okay? Have a fantastic week. Be kind to one another. Don't forget to live, laugh, and my favorite, love. And until we see each other next week, when the next move matters, contact Drake for Homes. All right? See you guys. Thanks for showing up. Bye.